Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities in Miniatures. It's Monday, it's the week of Thanksgiving, and more importantly, Black Friday. And I don't have to work. And since it is Monday, it's time once more for our weekly painting progress. And progress it is. Look, we have stuff. So last week I didn't get any of my brother's stuff due to fun pandemic shenanigans going on at work, but lo and behold, he is back with a pile of things to share that he's painted. And we're going to start off with some of the scatter terrain that he has printed and painted on his FDM printer that supposedly is not big enough to fit any of the buildings that I am interested in, sadly. So I'm not sure where these came from. Maybe he can hop in the comments and let us know. Let's see. I know he's been in a Fallout mood, so he went ahead and started up his Brotherhood of Steel starter. Looks good. And in addition to that, let's see, some of the other actual physical releases that he has painted. He put together a couple more of these Space Miner Dwarf Guild guys from Battle Valor Games. And I know Battle Valor is having all sorts of fun sales and has a bunch of interesting little freebies for orders of a certain amount. And Ed just put out a bunch of warband options if you are looking for something along those lines and don't want to purchase a giant, massive army in 15 millimeter. These are 28 millimeter, but they're dwarves, so, you know, they are a little bit small. They're all decked out, ready for action. I thought there was a... Oh, there is a heavy weapons guy. I was going to say, I thought I saw one earlier. Kind of minigun there. Hiding behind cover. Those will definitely come in handy. And then we move on to some of the printed stuff that I did for him when my printer was cooperating and working nicely. This is one of Anvil Digital Forge's hero characters. It's totally not a stalker. Nope, no sir. Came out nice. I had similar aspirations to paint mine in a similar paint scheme. Might have to do something different now. Continuing on with the Anvil theme, we've got one of their Heretic Legions. I gotta say, this guy came out really nice. Look at that swag on that jacket. Interesting color choices, too. I wouldn't have necessarily gone with the greens and tans, but he really made it work. I dig his extra power claw thing going on there, too. In addition to that, from the same makers, I'm pretty sure, yeah, this is still Anvil Digital Forge. This is part of their Heretic release. Also, this was a big Heretic Ogre Chaos type dude. Yeah, those colors really work. Speaking of colors that really work, I also started printing up some of the Valour Corp stuff from the Maker's Cult. Now, check that out. That's how you walk on the battlefield with swag. Yeah, that came out really nice. I gotta say, Maker's Cult, honestly and truly, if you're gonna be playing around with stuff that looks like it can be used in 40K, these are my top two go-to companies. And I mean, they make models for modelers, I should say that too. Everything is in nice workable parts to customize and kit bash. It's not like... I've noticed there's been a bit of an increase in people moving away from actually building the models, even if they're 3D printed, to just, you know, single piece, call it a day, that's the end of it type deals. We'll have plenty of those too. So that's what he did. Let's move on to some of the fun stuff I did and get things back in focus. First, there's this guy. I don't know what he is. I think he is a Wargames Factory Persian that is, well, at least the body was a Persian, but then all the other parts are Frostgrave Knight pieces or Specialist pieces or whatever that one newer set is. And it works. He's the jailer, I guess. That's just a fun random Frostgrave type model. Let's see. I forget what this guy's called. Is it a sergeant? It's part of the 100 Kingdoms for Conquest. His beard is blending too much into his skin. I don't like that. And the armor on his, waist, hips, I don't like how it blends into his leg armor. So I'm going to really have to go back and fix that. Plus his tunic. I had a really hard time telling where his tunic starts and stops. Super bright. I think maybe I should lighten up those straps on him too. Alright, what else? What else that we didn't print? Something that we didn't print. And I'm going to have to go back and clean that up. That is a problem with that glossy stuff. I can't tell where it, is going to not paint, but come out decent. This is Artel W's, which brute is it? It's one of the brutes. Actually, this is a really versatile kit, because I know I put the video up of it earlier, but you can build it as a ogre fantasy football player, you can build him with the cannon, you can build him with his fists, you can build him with or without the helmet. There's a couple options available. So I just went with the cannon just to be safe in case we want to use him in anything else or as anything else. And it's still pretty glossy underneath there. We're going to have to fix that. But yeah, he's totally looking like the Juggernaut. Did I bring everything? Okay, so let's start going over this stuff. Here we go. Here is a Templar from Antimatter Games, the guys that do Shadow Sea and Deep Wars. This is part of their Shadow Sea line, and I printed a base. He was 3D printed, and then I promptly misplaced the base, but then I found it, and he was already glued onto this one, so tough luck, somebody else is getting your base. I did not do a good job removing the supports there. He was printed quite some time ago, so it's about time he finally got finished. We move on to a Gomic corpse grinder stand-in, and see, I gotta clean that up. I can't stand that. The flesh just looks blech. We'll fix her up. Actually, I kind of liked it all strappy and totally cheesecake pinup, but that wasn't my original intention. But look at that. That is just a mess. I gotta fix that. It's an interesting pose otherwise. Now, in a totally different style, here is another Gomic model. This is one of his Barbarians. I really dig this model. She looks cool. She's got all kinds of armor and straps and gems and bling and the horns and the thing and the... Yeah, no. She came out pretty cool. She almost has as much hair as the corpse grinder pinup as well. What else did I print? Well, I printed up... I think I showed this guy off earlier. This is one of the Viking Heroes from Legends of Signum. And despite my shoddy print job, as my printer is just having all kinds of weird errors that I have no idea why, I think he came out okay. Came out better than his buddies, I'll tell you that much. At least I didn't break his weapons like the other guys. And another 3D printed model. This is one of Titan Forge's Titans of Adventure, which is a cool little subline that they've been doing of basically just generic tropey player characters. I should do more with that sword. I really like this guy. Nice, solid model. He's big, he's chunky. It was a single piece too to cast. No glue required. What else we got? So here are some fun ones. This guy in particular, these come from Colossal Miniatures. I was going to do a video on them eventually too. I tried printing some of their Lizardmen out. Check out that pose first of all. I'm sure if you've ever been in contact with Dungeons and Dragons in the last 20 years, that pose should look awfully familiar to you. So I saw that, I was like, oh, that looks cool. So gave it a shot. I had a lot of errors on this guy. You can see there's like little bumps and knobs all over him. And most likely that's my fault. So I figure I'm going to try printing some more up when my printer is cooperating again. And we'll do a video proper on them. But for some nice, fun, basic lizardmen that aren't covered in bling or flare or Aztec Mesoamerican trappings, they work pretty well. They are a little on the short side, though. I don't know if that would be standard for lizardmen. Not in my watch. However, if you're going to use them like in Frostgrave or something, I think they're sized perfectly. They're on the same size base, too. They're all hunched over. One thing that needs to be said, though, about these guys is there's actually some female ones as well as male lizardmen, but they all have, like, mammal-style breasts, which was a bit of a head-scratcher. But I feel like I should print some just because. All right, and the last printed model we did, I could not resist yet another Cobra Mode model. This is one of his Hanzaki, which is the salamander guys. But this was his spooky, scary skeleton one from Halloween, so absolutely had to do this guy. Again, these are just awesome, fun models. I got to get around, like I said, unfortunately, with my printer being stupid, I really wanted to get those platypus barbarian guys printed, and the lizard pistolier, and there was a bunch of, like, Ashigaru style, Hanzaki salamander guys, like firing squad, you know, old-fashioned flintlocks that they had in Japan. I thought those were really cool, but it's not cooperating still, so we'll have to see about that, okay? And last but not least, since I went a week with no Kingdom Death models, I went ahead and finished up all the ones that I had been plugging away on. So first up, we have, what is this, the Temple Explorer, I believe she's called? Yeah, Temple Explorer. It's either Jungle Explorer or Temple Explorer. I'm going to go with Temple. I feel like I got the face pretty decent, and I'm not really good at painting those eyes. And again, I screwed up with that stupid gloss, messing up the feet and making a huge blobby mess everywhere. I probably should go back and touch that up. But everything else, I think it looks pretty decent. The skin needs fixing, but I think everything else came out all right. It's got the green hair. I like the artwork. Hooray for her. We'll stick her on social media and junk later if you guys want a closer look. Next up, we have, oh gosh, what was she called? I don't know. And there's a new one that goes along with her. She's some kind of an investigator. Court investigator? Barrister? Magister? I don't even remember. I'll look. She's a something investigator. I know that. Not the best paint job. You can't really see. There's like all these hands holding books in there inside the cloak. So they're in there. You can kind of see their light blue. There's just a lot of fun details on her. I need to fix up the hair there. It looks very flat. The rest looks pretty decent. I had no idea where to put that sword either. It just kind of floats. It's kind of strange. I don't know where we'll stick her. And then finally, we tried to get the white speaker, Halloween white speaker done. And again, same thing. I'm just making a mess with that stupid gloss, but it's almost gone. So there's that to be thankful for. The purple didn't really come out. I tried to put some purple in the cape. I feel like it didn't come out. I feel like I also need to touch up the whites on her stockings there. So that's about it from us, but I do have to mention one more because, as I told you guys, I really liked how my dad did the Oktoberfest Aya. We showed her off before. So I said, you want to do a Halloween one? And he was all for it, so I gave him the Halloween Satan. And unfortunately, he did not really like the idea of painting a pile of penises in her big, giant Halloween pumpkin. So he went ahead and did it without them. So this is my dad's take on the Halloween Satan pinup. Not bad. Not bad at all. I can't say I do any better. So it's kind of cool having a set. And I figure if he's up for it, when we get closer to Christmas time, I know I have... And I just broke Aya off. Fun. Oh well. I know I have a few of the Twilight... What is there was a Holiday Twilight Night and then the Satan Twilight... Or Holiday Satan. I do have both of those, and I don't think I've even opened them, so we'll have to do an unboxing video on those soon. And heck, you know what? I will let the people on Patreon pick which one we get painted next. If you guys want, we will have a poll up soon. And heck, if you guys want to join, we are even having that option. If you want to let us know how we should paint it, and you guys can help decide. So if you haven't had a chance, please do check out our Patreon, because it does help us continue to build and grow our channel and hopefully get some better equipment in here. We do have a nice cheap light stand right next to me now, thanks to you guys. So that is much appreciated. Every little bit counts. And if you guys haven't checked it, I have the link right there on the side. Nonetheless, we'll be back with more of these obscurities and miniatures every day. It's actually really not that hard. But it's a nice little haul, and I am thinking, since I found my Echoes of Death plastic box, and it's like literally not even open yet, I'm thinking this is going to be what we're going to be doing on Black Friday, is we're going to be putting these together. And heck, maybe if I can figure it out, I might even try doing it live. I don't know. Worst case, we'll just post the video as always. But hopefully all of you out there who are going to be celebrating Thanksgiving this week, please do it safe, please do it responsibly, and please don't make us take home all the leftovers, because I don't want to eat it all by myself. But yeah. This has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching. And we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye!